Thank you. To the bill?
To the bill.
Colleagues, there is a lot of passion around this, and rightly so. Anytime we're dealing with a balance between our fundamental Second Amendment rights and personal loss, it's a sensitive subject. I've heard through the testimonies, both in committee, as I watch those, the Senate side as well, and even the stories heard today, about very significant loss due to gun violence. And I myself am someone who has experienced that loss. I think I've mentioned in the past my father. My father died as a result of a gunshot wound. And when you experience loss, you go searching for answers. And you should search for answers. And you get so passionate about the loss, about someone has to do something, that you can very quickly go on and do something that is actually fruitless. I believe that this bill is an example of a fruitless something that doesn't actually resolve the injustices that we experience through loss related to guns. Why would I say it fails to resolve these injustices? Well, there's three reasons that I'll list. There's many that have been mentioned today. One of those is just the simple logistics of the bill. Several holes have been shot in this bill as far as how this actually would carry out. I believe that gun owners, gun dealers would actually have a very cautious approach to being willing to take these into their inventory, that the risk and the liability posed to them is too great. And I've received a number of emails from individuals or gun dealers saying that they would not do that. It's just not clear enough for them to take on that risk. We've also talked today about enforcement issues. Really, there is no way to enforce this bill. This bill can't be enforced. The only way to enforce this bill is to know who owns what guns and when, aka gun registration. Some have said today that it's a small step forward. I think it's a very slippery step down a very dangerous path. And the third is criminal nature. Okay, criminal nature will not be changed by this bill. Passing more laws does not cause criminals to stop breaking laws. Interestingly, as a foster parent is sitting next to me, Rep. Hayden mentioned a few moments ago, when we go through our foster parent training, they make a really big deal about not punishing all children in the household for one child's wrongdoing. If one child gets in trouble, you can't sentence everyone to a timeout. But yet, that's exactly what this bill does. It proposes a consequence, a negative response to law-abiding citizens in response to those who break the law. It's going to be fruitless. So, colleagues, I implore you, don't be blinded by misguided passion. Don't let a fruitless law that fails to stop criminals from being criminals and punish good-hearted law-abiding citizens. Please shoot down Senate Bill 941.